Hi. It's so good to see so many smiling faces this morning. Here we are, back to virtual again. But for a quick agenda, it's probably better than driving so far to meet together. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. We just want to welcome everyone. I think probably most people received the email from Bob last night. We're going to miss him on the board. He's been a great leader for us for several years and brought a lot of experience. And I know personally, I've learned a lot from him and really going to miss having him with us. So let's get started by going around and taking roll. So we've got Kevin Christensen, and then is Brent on here? Brent Boswell?
He's on. I don't see his face, but there he is.
Okay.
I can see my face, but I guess you can see my face.
Hi. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. I'm at Dead Horse Point, actually. I didn't get the memo.
Oh, for real?
No, I wish. I wish.
Say that again, Leisha. You cut out.
Oh, sorry. Is Natalie on?
Natalie and Russ are both missing. We need one of them for a quorum.
Okay. Claudia. Hi, Claudia.
Hello.
And then, so we're just missing Natalie. And who else did you tell me? Natalie's on.
Perfect timing. Natalie just showed up.
Probably have 5 anyway. Frank, Leisha, Claudia.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. All right. Well, I think
We have a
got
quorum.
everyone. We do want to welcome some. Corey is going to be a new member of the board. Is that how that works, Corey?
I'm hoping. I guess myself and others are waiting confirmation by the Senate, so we'll just kind of see how that goes, and that'll be announced at the next board meeting. Is that correct, Jeff?
Yeah, the Senate is scheduled to do the confirmations next month, so we'll get the official. We should get the official thumbs up next month.
So I'm just an observer, but I'm glad to be with you here today. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. It's good to see your face. And then Lisa and also Joni are also waiting for confirmation, but they're on here today. So we welcome you to State Parks Board, and we're excited listening in today, and hopefully we'll get to meet you here shortly when the Senate confirms your position on the board. So now that we've taken roll, we'll go ahead and approve the agenda. Do we have a motion for that?
Yeah, I move that we approve today's agenda.
And a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, so a motion by Claudia and a second by Natalie. All right, and then we'll move on, and we're going to seek an approval for the meetings, for the board meeting minutes from August 19th. Did anyone have anything that they wanted to have changed on that, or are we ready to approve those minutes?
I did send just a few typo corrections to Amber, and she was kind enough to, I think, implement those. So I did read the minutes. I think they're always, as Amber does, professional and very comprehensive. So I'll move approval.
Awesome. Thank you, Claudia. And do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Natalie will second on that. Awesome. All right. Well,
Hey, Leisha, before you move on, we also don't you need to ask from the group all in favor?
Oh, all in favor. I do need to ask all in favor. So we'll go back to the approval of the agenda, and we'll ask for all in favor, and we'll do a roll call. So Kevin?
Yes.
Brent,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
Claudia.
Yes.
All right. And then we'll do an all in favor for the meeting minutes. And Kevin,
Yes.
Brent,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
and Claudia.
Yes.
All right. Thanks. Good call, Jeff. Sorry.
Do you need to also I to be the quorum? Alicia?
Yeah,
Oh,
think-
I will need to eye on both of those. Yeah.
Okay.
So I on the agenda and I on the meeting minute. Sorry.
It's all about you, isn't it, Alicia? I.
That's great. So we've got are we going to go around and do a report? Or are we just going to move right into the agenda? Just move right into the agenda?
We'll just move right in.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to turn the time over to Susan and we'll talk about the real property purchase.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see y'all. Thanks for showing up for this. The division has been working on a bunch of improvements at Willard Bay State Park. And, if y'all get some time, go up there and look at the new pond and the new entrance area. It's pretty cool. I think it's ready to go, right, Jeff? But so what we're talking about here is a little teeny triangle of land that is smashed between our property, where we have the new entrance area in orange, and the pond area, which is the Bureau of Reclamation's property, and also Weber Basin Water Conservancy districts. And then a city-county road that goes up past it. And it's a little private property piece, triangular, 0.25 of an acre, and it is separated from the greater parcel. And we would like to purchase that and clean it up and tear down all of the fences that are in there and just incorporate it and have it be part of the park. And so that's our recommendation, is the board approves the purchase of this property. Do I have any questions from you all?
What's the con for not purchasing it? What does it hamper?
It just sits there and, I don't think anyone could really develop it, but it just means you can't smoothly manage between the parcels. You've got one little piece you're always going to have to avoid and keep fenced out. That's it.
I
Sounds
think,
continuity.
Buddy, just to add, I think it's also important, we're going to be rerouting the entrance lanes coming into Willard Bay to give more queuing distance to keep cars from backing up onto the freeway like they've been doing. And that piece of property is important in that realignment. So there's that. Plus, it's been an eyesore for years, and we'd like to get it cleaned up because it's right adjacent to our park. And so there's a couple pretty good reasons why we're considering this purchase. Susan, do you want to explain, if the board does approve this, kind of what follows before we could actually make that happen? Because this doesn't just mean that it's a done deal and it becomes state park property, but we do need the approval of the board to move further beyond where we're at, just for their information.
Sure. We would have to negotiate with the private property owners to see if they would even sell it to us. They've mentioned they were interested, but we'd have to come to an agreeable price that was within fair market value. Can't really exceed that too much. And then if that's done, we'd write a contract with them, and then we would have to go before Box Elder County and present that to them. And, the governor at this point is requiring a letter of support from the county before he will issue, under Governor Cox, he's continuing Governor Herbert's policy of getting county support for taking property off the tax rolls. So we would have to have that. We'd also have to notify some local legislators so they knew what we were doing, which is usually done through the county support request. And then we have to put it through a interagency comment group called RDCC, Resource Development Coordinating Committee. and get any comments from other state agencies or federal agencies that may have issues. And if all of that works out, then we request a letter from the governor and he gives us a letter. And then we can proceed to purchase the property and get title work and everything else on it.
Oh, wow.
So it's quite a process.
It does sound like a process. I know that Joan is on here. Joan, do you have any comments on this? This is in your county, your area.
Just appreciate the support. This has been, Willard Bay is an amazing place, but it's not without its issues. And what we're talking about here today really helps take care of a lot of that stuff. And when Jeff says when cars are backed up to the freeway, we're not talking just the freeway, but they'll back up clear up the street to Highway 89 during the winter, during Fantasy at the Bay, and it's just a nightmare. Or on a Saturday during the middle of summer, it's just really, really difficult. And if you've spent any time out there, you know, you have this beautiful property, but when you pull in, you know, you check in at a shack. And just the opportunity to really change things up and to make it what it needs to be, or, you know, it's just, this is a very exciting project for us, and I appreciate the support.
Awesome.
Just Chair Colthorpe, I'd also like to note for the record, there were no public comments on this matter.
Awesome. Do we have any other questions from the board? All right. Then we will ask for a motion to support the Willard Bay land purchase as proposed.
I can make that motion.
Thanks, Kevin.
And I will second that motion.
Thanks, Brent. And then we need to ask, is everyone else in favor? Claudia?
Are you doing a roll call or
Yep,
what?
roll call. Yep.
Yes.
Natalie?
Yes.
Leisha? Yes. Brent?
Yes.
And Kevin?
Yes.
All right. All in
Okay,
favor?
thank you, everyone.
Perfect. Now we are going to, oh man, I've lost my agenda. Hold on. We are going to move on to the state parks green fees increase. And Scott's going to take that.
Perfect. I'll just jump in. First off, thank you for chairing the meeting this morning, Leisha. That's very kind of you, and you're doing a great job, much better than I would do. Not an easy job, so thanks for that. I'll just jump into what we're talking about with the golf greens fees. Every year, our fee schedule, so every fee that we charge in state parks is reviewed by the legislature. And when we make a change, we have to have a public meeting in order to discuss a change that we might want to make. And so that's the impetus for this morning's discussion on golf greens fees. We have seen over the last few years a need to increase the green fees from $18 per 9 holes to $25 for 9 holes of play. The reason behind the cost increase is because our operating costs have gone up. Labor and wages, those costs have gone up. Fuel, as we all know, has increased. The cost of replacing equipment, including golf carts, is going up. Fertilizer, irrigation supplies, and also water storage have increased in cost over the past few years. So we would like to use this fee increase to offset those costs. And as we've also looked at comparing our potential cost increase with courses that are in the area, we find that we're still going to be under what other courses are charging, both in Salt Lake City and Salt Lake County, which we see as most of our competition. So we don't see that that'll impact our visitor too much. And it has been several years since we've increased the golf green fees. So that's another factor to consider. And then quite honestly, we're just seeing a lot of play. We had a banner year last year at Wasatch Mountain Golf Course as well as Soldier Hollow Golf Course. And because of that, our variable costs are going up and we need to charge more in order to cover those costs. So that's the information that I wanted to provide and open it up to any public comment or comments or questions that you might have as well.
So I have a question. How are things going at the like Palisade and Green River courses? The courses that are not on the Wasatch Front. Do they warrant the fee increase as well? Are they really busy? I worry about pricing the locals out of the ability to golf. We don't have high wages down here, so.
No, Kevin, that's a great question. First off, I'm going to go back a little bit, backtrack. So the fee increase is up to $25. That doesn't mean that across the board every day it's going to be $25 to play 9 holes of golf or $50 to play 18 holes of golf. Jordan, who is our golf pro at Palisade, will be able to continue to charge the fees that he's charging today, or to look at the market and say, this is what the market can bear. I don't see that the fees are going to change much at Palisade. And in fact, I've talked to Jordan earlier in the season. It didn't sound like he was going to increase his fees. And if he did, it was going to be maybe $1 or something like that. So you're not going to see large increases at Palisade. Into your previous question, or the second part of your question about play at Palisade. Play at Palisade is pretty consistent. We haven't seen a lot of growth, but we also haven't seen much decline either. It's just consistent. Green River's much the same way. And then at both Wasatch and Soldier Hollow, we've seen growth just explode over the last 2 years.
Okay. That's all I had.
And just maybe one follow-up to that too, Kevin, just since you're asking about and you're being price sensitive, which is a good thing. So we also charge variable fees. So that means on weekends and holidays at our courses, the fee is going to be possibly or potentially higher because the demand is higher on those days. But again, we believe in local control, and we leave that up to the local golf professionals and golf staff to make those decisions.
Okay, that's all I had.
All right. Do we have any other comments?
Chair, for the record, there were no public comments on this matter.
Oh, thank you, Amber. All right. So I know that we do not have to have a formal vote on this, but I think it's unanimous that the board supports this decision of the park manager and of Scott. Just everything is more expensive. Inflation is crazy right now. And I really liked Kevin's comments because, they are kind of in the middle of the state. And if their wages are not increasing as well to go with inflation, that makes it a little bit harder. And we definitely don't want to lose customers at the park because of a cost increase. So I'm sure I have full confidence in the manager there that he will be able to make the best decisions for his locals as well as those coming in from out of the area. So I give my support. And if anyone else has a comment or if they want to formally give support, you're more than welcome.
I, for one, was comforted by Scott's explanation of it being in local control by the local pro, because I agree with Kevin. Both Green River is probably even harder hit than Palisade would be. So I support the increase, knowing that it is a flexible kind of range, if you will.
I support it too. I think it's a good idea.
Awesome. Okay, if nothing else, we will move on. Our last, I guess not our last item, but we need to set our February meeting date. So Amber, do you want to kind of lead that discussion and then we'll make a formal motion?
Yes, Chair. So looking at February, we're pretty lucky because there aren't any major conflicts any of the Thursdays in terms of state holidays or major other meetings with DNR entities. However, we need to make sure that you all have no conflicts. And so the best date is February 17th, but the 10th, February 10th, February 17th, and February 24th are all on the table.
I just need to know on the 17th if we're going to meet in person or by Zoom. Because it's St. Patrick's Day and I don't know, I just want to be able to wear green if that's the case.
St. Patrick's Day is in March, and we're looking at February.
Oh, wrong date. Got it.
But you can still wear green.
Still wear
Claudia.
green, and we can implement.
Flip my phone too fast.
We can 100% implement a theme day if you want.
Any of those days works for me.
Okay. Likely we'll be able to meet in person because that meeting will be the first meeting for our 3 new board members. So we will need to do our annual training on GRAMA and the Open Meetings Act. And there will probably be substantive legislative updates from the legislative session as well.
The 17th is the best day for me.
17th is also the best for me.
Awesome. Then if no one has any conflicts, we will move to set our next meeting for February 17th. And I'm assuming we're planning on in Salt Lake, right?
Yes.
All right.
Hey,
So
Lisa.
Amber, I think in the past, we've also honored some of those board members who have left.
Yes.
Is it the intent to bring at least Bob and
Doug,
Doug back for some kind of recognition as well?
if we can, yes.
Okay.
Leisha, I was just going to say, I don't know that we heard from our new board members and our reappointed board member, whether or not those dates worked.
Yes. So Lisa, Joan, and Corey, is there any conflicts?
The 10th or the 17th is a great day for me. That works.
Yeah, it works for Joan too.
Yeah, and this is Corey. That'll be fine.
All right. I think that's a unanimous decision, but we'll go ahead and make a motion to approve that. Anyone want to make a motion?
I'll
Fine
make
with our next. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to have our next meeting be on the 17th in Salt Lake, with the sub caveat that maybe we can make another motion to have St. Patrick's Day moved to.
Ooh.
Yes. And would someone like to second that?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor say aye. Claudia?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Brent?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Leisha? Aye. All right. I think that with that, we are ready to adjourn unless anyone has anything else. All right. Do I make a motion to adjourn? Yes, Corey's telling me yes. So we'll
Someone
make
needs to.
to adjourn. Can someone make that motion?
So moved.
And a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor say aye. Claudia?
Yes.
Yep. Brent, Kevin,
Yeah.
Natalie, Leisha, aye. It was great. It was great seeing everyone. So I hope everyone has a good day.
Thanks, everybody, and thanks, Leisha, for taking over for the day. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to do virtual. So that's good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Leisha.
Yeah,
Brent,
sure.
can I send you a meeting link and we can hop on another call? So I can help you wrap up.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yep, I'll watch for
I-
a minute.
I
You're
want to
thinking
wish
right
you all
now?
a happy Thanksgiving. I'm like Bob, I am blessed to be on this board and appreciate my association with all of you. So with Thanksgiving coming up next year, just know I'll be thinking about all of you and how grateful I am for my association with all of you.
Thank you, Claudia. You're so
Yeah.
sweet.
Hey.
See you later.
Bye, guys.